All right, greetings, good evening. Mark Dixon here in the Channel 3 First Alert Forecast Center with this Monday evening update here on WFSB Plus. If you're just joining us, welcome. We do these long-form live weather updates twice a day on weekdays, 8 o'clock in the morning, and then again here at 9:30 at night. The month is underway, the new month of November, and hope everyone had a nice Halloween, a nice weekend. And as we move forward in time, we've got a very active weather pattern to talk about. We've got, in fact, some thunderstorms moving across Connecticut right now in association with a cold front. So we're going to be tracking multiple chances for rain and storms over the next couple of days. Primarily at night, just checking to see some of the latest information coming in here right now regarding some of these storms that are moving through eastern Connecticut. We'll get right to, in fact, First Alert Live Radar. The activity that we've been tracking now has been shifting to our east, basically up and down the 395 corridor. We can take a little bit closer inspection here, take it town by town. Heavy rain moving away from Stores and Coventry. Stores, of course, Gamble Pavilion had a game tonight. The Yukon men taking on the University of New Haven. So even some reports of some rumbles of thunder and some small hail moving over the Stores campus. That particular cell, those storms responsible for that have now shifted into Canterbury and Plainfield, heading towards Sterling there in far eastern Connecticut. Soon we'll be making the way into western Rhode Island. So as we look a little bit farther to the south along the shoreline, some downpours moving away from Old Saybrook through Old Lyme, heading into the greater New London area and up 395 as well. So this could have a bit of an impact on travel along I-95 heading toward the Rhode Island border and then up around Gales Ferry. In fact, you see some of those purples that are showing up right there, indicating where we could be talking about some small hail. So that's going to be heading in the direction of North Stonington. So a couple of flashes of lightning, some rumbles of thunder, some brief heavy rain, and as well looking at the possibility there for some small hail. So these particular downpours, thunderstorms are moving to the east at around 45 miles an hour. It could produce some wind gusts around 40, 50 miles an hour within these storms that are popping up. So your first alert to some heavier rain that is about to exit eastern Connecticut. We take it back to the statewide perspective. So this is all in association with a cold front that has been pushing into southern New England. So as it continues progressing eastward, the threat for more rain and thunderstorms certainly will be decreasing. And then we've got some brighter weather tomorrow. But as I was alluding to earlier, we do have an active weather pattern. Every couple of days, we're going to have a quick moving system move through the region, and that will continue through the end of the week and as well into the upcoming weekend. So the month of November now underway. Just to give you a little point of comparison here, we like to do this as we begin every month. On the 1st of November, average highs 57. Average lows 37. By the end of the month, we dropped to 46 and 29 respectively. So over the next 7 days in our first alert forecast, eventually by early next week, we could be talking about temperatures feeling more like late November as opposed to early November. And over the 30-day period, we averaged just over 3.5 inches of precip. That includes the liquid equivalent of 1.4 inches of snow. So we're getting to that time of year where eventually we're going to be talking about some flakes flying, not anytime soon. And in the 30-day period, and we should point out that this is for the Hartford area, and records date back to 1905. The hottest it's been in the month of November, 84, and that was last year. And the coldest, we had a low temperature recorded in 1989 of 1 degree. And then with regard to precip, 1972 was the wettest with 8.53 inches of precip, and then 1938 15.6 inches of snow. So as we move forward in time, nothing too extreme, more in line with average for November. Tomorrow is election day, and here across Connecticut, it will be bright, but it's going to be a windy day. We're talking about gusts up to around 30, 35 miles an hour. And then through the rest of the week, while we will see more of these disturbances move through, Dry during the daylight hours, and they are fairly quick hitting, so we're not talking about prolonged periods of wet weather. The next one after tonight will be coming in Wednesday night, and then thereafter over the upcoming weekend. So weekend weather, not a washout, but the possibility is there for some showers, at least as we see it right now, early Saturday, then perhaps later Sunday. Currently across Connecticut, here in the 9 o'clock hour on this Monday night, we have temperatures going from the 50s into the 40s, already down to 45, Salisbury and Torrington, still holding on to the 50 to 55 degree range along the shoreline. And for most communities up and down 91, but Windsor Locks has dropped to 47. We're certainly up compared to this time yesterday by 5 to 10, if not 10 to 15 degrees. So a bit of a milder night. And you can see our ICAM view from Waterbury. Roads look a little wet. We had the rain move through there earlier, 47 degrees. And our view from Hartford, 52 right now, west wind at 13. And from New Haven, some showers moving through earlier, 54. And there you can see the kind of windswept rain moving through New London on our ICAM there. South-southwest wind at 17 miles an hour sustained. So our models did not do a really good job with depicting how tonight was going to play out with regard to the coverage and the intensity of these downpours that have developed. So our view there in Mystic, looking across the Basque Bridge, a little bit wet, a little bit of a chop there on the water. So big picture across the Northeast, we've got this cold front that's been moving through, separate from an area of low pressure that has been passing by offshore. That brought some steadier rain to the Cape and Islands throughout a good part of the day today. But now it's a cold front that's moving through New England that is the catalyst, the culprit for the wet weather that we currently have moving through eastern Connecticut. So big picture, even larger here view, we've got high pressure moving across the middle part of the country. That's going to build in tomorrow with low pressure slowly departing. That's why the wind tomorrow is going to be up a bit. So even overnight, you can see how the wind is shifting to the west and then northwest throughout the early morning hours of tomorrow. So this takes you right around to the morning commute time. Wind gusts between 20 and 30 miles an hour. Temperatures under what will be a clearing sky drop into between 40 and 45 inland, mid-40s at the shoreline, and the usual colder spots of northwest Connecticut could dip into the upper 30s. So for tomorrow, again, no wind advisory here across Connecticut. In effect for southeastern parts of Massachusetts, the Cape Islands, and all of Rhode Island. So this is where gusts could go up to around 45 miles an hour. We're thinking tomorrow we could see gusts around 30, 35 miles an hour. So ramping up late morning into the early afternoon and then diminishing a bit as we head toward and past sunset. Temperatures tomorrow peak in the lower 50s across Litchfield County, mid and upper 50s elsewhere inland, upper 50s to near 60 along the shoreline. It's a little bit milder, relatively speaking, on the shoreline with that offshore wind direction. So getting to your polling place tomorrow, you'll need the sunglasses. No real issues otherwise than the wind, and that's not terribly strong. Something certainly that you may notice just a little bit on your Tuesday. So if you're wanting to do a little raking tomorrow, maybe not a great day to do so because of those wind gusts. And then for Wednesday, perhaps a little bit better with those gusts coming down just a bit. So speaking of Wednesday, we've got another disturbance that's going to be approaching, and that will bring us our next chance for some showers at night. So you can see quick moving. So by the time we get to daybreak on Thursday, it's out of here, and we've got clearing getting underway. So the increasing cloudiness on Wednesday is going to prevent ideal viewing of the upcoming supermoon. Moon rises at 4:26, sunset 15 minutes later. We're going to have probably a lot of cloud cover. So we'll have to see how this plays out. But in the meantime, you can see here, no major temperature swings until early next week. And even that's not major, but we're talking about the highs by Monday of next week, dipping to the mid and upper 40s. So again, feeling more like perhaps late November as opposed to early November. So before that happens, we've got the showers coming through tomorrow night. They'll be out of here by Thursday morning. So Thursday's breezy, a little bit cooler, 50 to 55, mid-50s breezy on Friday, increasing cloudiness. And then for the upcoming weekend, we've got a couple more of these disturbances that are going to move through, quick-moving fronts. So calling for some scattered showers Saturday morning, then perhaps again later Sunday. So neither day a washout. And kickoff for the UConn home game is at 3:30 against Duke. So by then, hopefully, not too much in the way of rain. We'll be monitoring this very closely, of course. If we need to first alert weather day, we will. But right now, a lot of model uncertainty going on the last, say, 24 hours regarding the timing and impact for the weekend. So we'll continue to monitor those 2 days, of course, very closely. And then by Monday of next week, a little bit cooler, again, with highs in the mid and upper 40s. Right, so we'll have much more on Eyewitness News at 10 o'clock on the Wax, and then at 11 over on Channel 3. Again, if you're just joining us for the first time tonight, First Alert Weather Extras, we do these on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 8 o'clock in the morning, and then again at 9:30 in the evening. All right, that is it from here tonight. You'll see Jill Gilardi back here at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.